Hello, everyone. Today, I have an amazing story for you. It's not just for your listening practice, but also inspire you. The night was calm and quiet. The sky was full of stars, and a gentle wind moved through the trees. In a small town lived a young man named Ryan. From the outside, Ryan's life looked normal. He had a small job, a simple apartment, and a routine that never seemed to change. Every morning, he woke up, went to work, came home, watched television, scrolled through his phone, and went to sleep. Days passed, weeks passed, months passed. Ryan often told himself that one day he would start doing something meaningful. One day he would learn new skills. One day he would work harder. One day he would follow his dreams. But that one day never came. Every evening he sat on the couch staring at his phone while hours quietly slipped away. Videos played one after another. Messages came and went. The clock moved forward, but Ryan hardly noticed. Sometimes he felt a strange emptiness inside his chest, a quiet feeling that something important was missing. One evening after work, Ryan walked slowly through a park near his apartment. The sun was setting, painting the sky orange and purple. People were jogging, children were playing, and an old man sat on a wooden bench watching the sunset. Ryan sat on the other end of the bench. For a while, they both stayed silent. Then the old man spoke in a calm voice. "Beautiful evening, isn't it?" Ryan nodded. "Yes, it is." The old man smiled gently. "I see you here often," he said. Ryan looked surprised. "Really?" "Yes," the man said. "You come here sometimes after work." Ryan shrugged. "I guess I do." The man looked at the sky again. "Tell me," he asked softly, "are you happy with your life?" Ryan didn't expect that question. He hesitated. "I think so," he said slowly, but deep inside he wasn't sure. The old man seemed to notice the hesitation. "You know," he said quietly, "many people think they have time. They believe life will wait for them." Ryan looked at him with curiosity. "What do you mean?" The old man leaned back on the bench. "When I was young," he said, "I also believed there was always more time." Ryan listened carefully. "I thought I could start my dreams tomorrow. I thought I could learn new things next year. I thought I could change my life later." He paused and took a slow breath. "But life doesn't work that way." Ryan felt a strange feeling in his chest. "What happened?" he asked. The old man looked at the fading sunset. "Years passed," he said, "and suddenly I realized that tomorrow had become yesterday." Ryan didn't speak. The old man continued. "Time is very quiet. It doesn't shout. It doesn't warn you. It simply moves forward." Ryan thought about his evenings on the couch, the endless scrolling on his phone, the hours that disappeared without meaning. The old man turned to him. "Tell me, Ryan," he said gently, "what do you really want to do with your life?" Ryan felt uncomfortable. No one had asked him that question in a long time. "I'm not sure," he admitted. "That's honest," the old man said. He looked at the ground for a moment before continuing. "Most people don't fail because they are not talented. They fail because they waste their time." Ryan swallowed quietly. The old man pointed to the park around them. "Look at those people running," he said. "They are building stronger bodies." He pointed toward a young woman reading a book. "She is building knowledge." Then he looked back at Ryan. "But many people are sitting somewhere right now doing nothing important." Ryan felt as if the words were meant for him. He thought about the hours he spent every day doing things that didn't help him grow. The old man spoke again. "Your life is like a field," he said. "If you plant nothing, nothing will grow." Ryan stared at the ground. The sentence stayed in his mind. If you plant nothing, nothing will grow. The sun finally disappeared behind the horizon. The sky slowly turned darker. Ryan looked at the old man. "Do you regret wasting time?" he asked quietly. The old man nodded slowly. "Yes," he said, "very much." His voice was calm but heavy. "There were books I wanted to read, skills I wanted to learn, places I wanted to visit. But I always said, I'll do it later." Ryan felt a deep silence between them. The old man continued. "Later is a dangerous word." Ryan frowned slightly. "Why?" "Because later often becomes never." Those words echoed in Ryan's mind. Later becomes never. The park lights slowly turned on as the night grew darker. The old man stood up slowly. Before leaving, he looked at Ryan and said something important. Don't waste your life waiting for the perfect moment. Ryan watched him walk away slowly along the path. That night, Ryan returned to his apartment and sat on his couch like always. But something felt different. The television was on, but he wasn't watching. The phone was in his hand, but he wasn't scrolling. Instead, he kept thinking about the old man's words. Later becomes never. Ryan looked around his small apartment. He imagined his life staying exactly the same for the next 10 years, the same routine, the same wasted evenings, the same empty feeling. Suddenly, the idea scared him. He turned off the television. For the first time in months, he opened a book that had been sitting on his shelf for years. At first, it felt strange. His mind wanted to return to easy distractions, but he forced himself to read a few pages, then a few more. That night, something small changed. The next morning, Ryan woke up earlier than usual. Instead of rushing through his morning, he went for a short walk. The air was fresh and the sky was just beginning to brighten. He realized something simple but powerful. Life felt different when he was awake to experience it. Days passed, Ryan slowly started changing his habits. He spent less time on his phone, he read books, he listened to educational podcasts, he practiced new skills. At first, the changes were small, but small changes repeated every day began to create bigger changes. One evening, he returned to the park hoping to see the old man again. The bench was empty. Ryan sat there and looked at the sunset. For the first time, he noticed details he had ignored before. The colors in the sky, the sound of birds returning to their nests, the laughter of children in the distance. Life suddenly felt richer. Weeks turned into months. Ryan continued building better habits. He learned new things. He improved his work skills. He even started studying a new language. One day, his manager at work noticed the difference. "Ryan," she said, "you've been doing excellent work lately." Ryan smiled. "Thank you." Soon he was given more responsibilities. Then he received a promotion. But the most important change was not the job. The most important change was inside him. He no longer felt that empty feeling in his chest. He felt alive. One evening, he returned to the same bench in the park. As the sun began to set, he saw a familiar figure walking slowly along the path. The old man? Ryan stood up with a smile. "I've been hoping to see you again," he said. The old man looked pleased. "Have you?" he asked. Ryan nodded. "I wanted to thank you." "For what?" "For what you told me that evening." The old man sat down on the bench again. Ryan joined him. "I realized something," Ryan said. "What did you realize?" the old man asked. Ryan looked at the sunset. "I realized that life is not short because of years," he said. "It becomes short when we waste the days." The old man smiled warmly. "That is very true." Ryan continued speaking. "I used to believe success was something big and distant, but now I see it differently." "How do you see it now?" the old man asked. Ryan thought carefully. "I think success is simply using your time wisely." The old man nodded slowly. "That is a powerful understanding." The sky grew darker as stars began appearing above them. Ryan felt calm and grateful. He remembered the version of himself who sat on that couch every night doing nothing. That person felt like a stranger now. The old man spoke again. "Time is the most valuable thing you have," he said. "Money can return. Opportunities can return. But time never comes back." Ryan listened quietly. The wind moved gently through the trees again, the same soft wind that had blown through the park the night they first met. Ryan looked at the sky and whispered softly to himself, "I won't waste my life," because now he understood something deeply important. Life is not meant to be spent waiting. Life is meant to be lived, learned from, and used to grow every single day. The stars above seemed brighter than ever, and in that quiet moment, Ryan felt something he had never truly felt before. Purpose.